In this new chapter, we are going to be talking about lists and tuples or tuples. So what I want you to do is create a new folder and call it chapter 6. And inside chapter 6, I want you to create a new file and call it list.py. So let's begin. I have this little definition right here of what a Python list is, which I got from Google. So it says a list is a data structure in Python that is a mutable or changeable ordered sequence of elements. Each element or value that is inside of a list is called an item. So what does this basically mean? So in Python, a list is a data structure that just helps us store multiple values and assign them to a single variable. So before, when we were working with variables, when we wanted to store a value, we had just said like name is equals to Solomon. Now, this way, we are only storing one single value, or we're creating a single string called Solomon, and we're assigning it to name. Now, what we can do is using a list, we can store multiple values in a single variable. I'm going to show you how. So if we head back to the definition, it says a list is a data structure in Python that is a mutable or changeable ordered sequence. Now, what mutable means basically, it means changeable. So what the definition just basically tries to say is that the values within the list or the list itself can be changed. So when you hear mutability, it means something can be changed if it is mutable. But when you hear immutability or when you hear that something is immutable, it means that the value cannot be changed. So the values of a Python list can be changed, as it says it's a data structure in Python that is mutable or changeable, and it's an ordered sequence of elements. So what that means is that a list can store multiple elements and you can create a list to store multiple elements, and you can assign it to a variable. Now it says each element or value that is inside a list is called an item. So I'm going to show you exactly how to create a list right now in Python. So let's say we want to create a list and we want to store the names of students. So I'll create a variable and I'll call it names of students. And I'm going to equate this to this square bracket. Now, what you have here are square brackets, and this is what you use when you want to create a list in Python. So once you create this square bracket, you now need to pass in what values that you want to store in this list. Now, because I want to store names, the first name is just going to be Daniel, and then the second name is going to be Jackson, and then the last name is going to be Bella. Now, what do we have here? We have three names being stored inside of a list. So we have three strings, Daniel, Jackson, and Bella, and we're successfully able to create a list to store all of these values and assign all of those values to a single variable. So what we can now do here is that we can come down to print names of students. Now, once I save that and run the program, I want you to notice what it gives us. As you can see, it just prints out the list back to us. And the way that we can even know what data type it is or what data structure it is that I'm just going to use the type inbuilt method that Python gives us. And then what I'm just going to do is I will print the type. So once I run this program, you can see it gives us a class of list. So that tells us that the variable names of students, it's storing a list data structure. So that is how we can, create a list and determine exactly what data type the variable is storing. So I would just like to clear this out and just print names of students. Now, if you remember in a previous chapter when we were talking about string methods, we had spoke about using the split method, if you remember. Now, the split method which we had talked about splits up a string using a unique separator. And then when it splits it up, it returns a list back to us. And then we then printed out the list here. So what I can do is I can come here and put the hyphen between each of these uh, items in the list or in the string, I mean. And when I print it out, you see that a list is being returned back to us. So the list just basically helps us store many elements and assign this to a single variable. Now, I want you to note that inside a list, you can store more than just strings. In fact, you could store a number of things in a list, and you could store different data types in a list. So, for example, I could also come here and put like an integer. And then I could put a comma and store a floating point number. So a list is capable of storing different kinds of data types or data structures within it. So this is what makes the list very, very dynamic, as we can store not just strings. We could store strings, we could even store booleans, and just we could pass in through here. And this is completely valid. So once I run it and print it, you can see that it just prints that value exactly back to us. So we could store different values inside a list. We could even store a list inside a list. So I'll show you how. So I can even come here and create a new list. And in here, I can just pass in like two new names and say like Solomon. And then after saying Solomon, I could pass in David here. So this is just to show you that the list data structure is very, very dynamic. So as you can see, I have a string, a string, a string, an integer, a floating point number, a boolean, and even another list stored within the list. Now you could even go crazy and then store a different list inside this list, but you get the point of how we could store multiple values inside a list. Now a list, again, like I said before, is mutable, meaning that the values within this list can be changed and the entire list itself can be changed. So for example, I can come down and redeclare this list. So I can say names of students is equals to just DG, and then I could store like Hannah. And then once I run this program, you can see that even though names of students was first declared to be this long list, we now came down here and redeclared this to this short list. And you can see that this is what gets printed out in the terminal. So that is to show you that lists are mutable, or the variable itself is mutable. We can change the value. Now, I'm also going to show you how to change the individual variables within the list. So how to change the value of Daniel here to something else, how to change Bella to something else. So I will see you in the next one where I will explain this process.